In the last part, Satoru jumped down from the road. Seeing this, Ushio uses the beast spear and saves Satoru from falling down. But now June gets very sad because of this and starts crying. Ushio was also watching all of this and asks Nagari how many girls a guy can stop from crying in a lifetime. Nagari is shocked to hear this because Ushio had decided to go inside Satoru's body, that's why he wants to save him. But Nagari forbids him to do so because the beast spear will consume his soul and Ushio will turn into a monster and he may not be able to turn into human again. But Ushio does not want to see June crying. Apart from this, whenever he sees someone crying, he gets this tight feeling in his chest. Now Nagari tries to convince Ushio, but Ushio still doesn't listen to him. Just then, the mirror expert also comes here and sends a yokai to help Ushio, whose name was Izuna. Izuna tells Ushio that I am an expert at getting inside humans. Then Tora appears in front of him. Seeing this, Izuna gets scared. Now Tora talks to Ushio and says, if you are going inside, maybe you will not be able to return to being a human again. But Ushio had made his mind already. Tora does not want anything to happen to Ushio, so he also decides to go inside with him. Now Ushio starts using the beast spear and tells June, Satoru's body is going to be thrashing around, so hold him tight and don't let go. Ushio then goes into Satoru's body and Izuna and Tora, but June still doesn't understand anything. Nagari then tells her that he went into your brother's body to save him. On the other hand, all three had come inside the body where Satoru's organs have become very strange. Now Izuna says we have to make our way between all these organs and up to the brain. Suddenly, Heiayu come to attack, but Ushio stops them all with Beast Spear, and after that, all three start running from here onwards. Suddenly, the blood vessels of Satoru catch them. Now, because of this, something starts happening in Satoru's body. So June starts saying angrily, what is Ushio doing with Satoru? Then Nagari explains that he'll be okay, but June doesn't think so. After this, Nagari says, who cares about Hakumen? If he would forget about all of that and just live happily, he would not be called a thief by all those protecting this spear. But he does not do that. He fights to protect his friends, women, and children. No matter how he becomes, he stands back up again. Now he is trying to save Satoru even if it means that the spear takes his soul. So there is no way he'll fail to save him. Now June is shocked to know about all these things. On the other hand, Tora uses his lightning power and Ushio kills this yokai using the beast spear. All of a sudden, some changes start to happen in his arm. Seeing this, Tora understands that Ushio has started changing into a monster. Still, Ushio doesn't worry about anything and starts moving into Satoru's body, after which Tora and Izuna also follow him. Right now, they were running along the spinal cord, but there were many enemies in front, and they come to attack Ushio, but he doesn't care about his body changes and goes to attack. Just then, Satoru gets up and stands up. Now, Heiayu have controlled his entire body. He starts saying that we'll eat Ushio alive inside this body and then attack Ushio. Now June tries to stop Satoru, but he attacks her. June tries to stop him again. Suddenly, her power starts going inside, because of which all Heiayu are surprised. Now, Ushio tells June, you don't need to cry anymore. I'll get all these things out of him. After this, Ushio uses the power of Beast Spear, but now there are changes in his other hand as well. Seeing this, Tora gets worried and Izuna tells Ushio, why do you always choose to fight? Don't you value your life? To this, Ushio says, looks like the day that I pay for all those times I was able to fight because of the Beast Spear. Finally, here I want to see what I really am, because if I gave up now, to save my own skin, I would really be a monster. Suddenly, someone comes to attack, but Tora stops his attack. He then reveals his name as Chiwakama, the one who is the leader of Heiayu and is controlling this body. Seeing him, Ushio goes to attack, but Chiwakama was also very powerful and gives a great fight to Ushio. Chibakama then starts asking Ushio, why do you want to wave around the beast spear and defeat Lord Hakuman? Then Ushio says, I just want to know my mom's secret. You are the one attacking me out of nowhere. I have got nothing personal against Hakuman. So tell me, what's Hakuman trying to do? And what will he do after the beast spear is broken? Shibakama then shows Hakuman to Ushio, who was talking about destroying everything, and starts saying, I am this world's evil, the manifestation of its hatred. Suddenly, Ushio starts feeling that all his power is gone and he is unable to do anything. Meanwhile, Chibakama goes to attack Ushio, but Izuna comes in front of the attack to save Ushio. Seeing this, Ushio gets upset. Then Izuna starts saying, I always wanted to meet you because I wanted to see if you were as amazing as the head and everyone else said you were. Meanwhile, Chibakama comes to kill Ushio again, but this time he stops its attack and starts saying, I said I had nothing personal against Hakuman, but I was wrong. He involved other humans, controlled them, and drove them to kill each other. So there is no way I could forgive him after that. Now, Ushio angrily starts attacking Chibakama, and that's when Izuna tells Tora that Chibakama is powerful, but there is a way to defeat him. Now, Tora tells June, if you want to save Ushio, do as I say. Hearing this, June asks about it. Then Tora says, you seem to have the power to strike down monsters. Gather your power and send it into Satoru's eyes because you are the only one who can do it. Now, Tora tells Ushio to lure Chibakama to where it is easiest for spiritual energy to come inside. On the other hand, June gathers her power. Now Ushio and Tora fall into Satoru's eye. But Chibakama also comes here and realizes that they are trying to kill him with June's power. Suddenly, Izuna catches him so that June can easily kill him and tells Ushio that you are super awesome. Seeing this, Ushio wants to save Izuna, but Tora stops him because June can use her power at any time. But Ushio gets very angry because he doesn't want anyone else to die because of him. So he starts using Beast Spear without thinking anything and goes to save Izuna. Just then, June uses her power and Ushio also attacks with Beast Spear, after which Chibakama is destroyed and Ushio saves Izuna as well. But now, these three cannot go out using the way from the eye. On the other hand, Satoru regains consciousness and June becomes very emotional on seeing him fine. Satoru thanks to June because he thinks June has saved his life. Then June tells that it's not me but Ushio and Tora have saved your life. But Ushio and Tora still hadn't come out, so Satoru also gets emotional and starts saying it is true that I was jealous of Ushio because he had the Beast Spear. That's how the Heiau got to me, and yet Ushio risked his life for someone like me. That's when his tears fall, and because of this, Ushio, Tora, and Izuna come out. Nagari is very happy to see Ushio in good condition. After this, June starts telling Satoru, when I was 8, you saved me, but I did not mean to yell back then. And all this time, I wanted to say thank you. Then Satoru says, I have heard you saying that. After this, Nagari tells Ushio, you asked how many times in a lifetime can a guy stop a girl from crying? In your case, it is probably as many as you want. And now, for being a chosen successor for the Beast Spear, I am out. Suddenly, the Beast Spear starts consuming Ushio's soul, and Ushio completely transforms into a monster. Everyone gets surprised on seeing this. On the other hand, the people of the sect are talking about Ushio. That's when a lady comes here and the head says she's the founder of the sect. After this, the founder tells Ushio has started changing into a monster. Everyone gets worried on hearing this. On the other hand, Ushio starts attacking Tora. Seeing this, Tora says, what are you doing? Don't you know who I am? Here the head tells the founder, no man turned into a beast has ever been able to return to being human. So what shall we do? The founder then asks the head to use the comb, but the head could not understand her point. The founder then explains, the comb that I handed down to you and you handed down to Samako, that Ushio now possesses. Hearing this, the head understands the whole matter. Now, the founder says, I shall go to the girls who must use the comb, but you must search for a powerful priest. Then the head says, you always appear and disappear like a wind. Then the founder says, let us take time to conversate someday, as we did in the past. After this, the founder disappears from here, and just then Ushio's father Shigure comes here, who is a powerful priest. Now, the founder goes one by one to all those girls whom Ushio had met. After this, she also goes to Nakamura and Inu. Then Nakamura asks, who are you? The founder tells them, I am GMA, but I no longer exist in this world. Just then Nakamura notices that GMA looks like Inu. Now GMA tells them that Ushio is currently in a dangerous situation. He has used the power of the beast spear to save many lives, but because of that, his body and soul have been overtaken by the beast spear and he is transformed into a true monster. Both are shocked to hear this. Then GMA tells there is only one way to return him to his human form. The women who have ties with him must become as one and comb his hair. After this, GMA asks them, do you want to come with me? Both of them get ready on hearing this. Just then, Rico comes to pick them up. On the other hand, Nagari and others try to stop Ushio with the help of a barrier, but Ushio easily breaks the barrier and starts running away. After this, Nagari starts going somewhere with Satoru. Then Satoru asks about this, after which Nagari tells that Ushio's grandfather's house is in Asahikawa. That is where Ushio was planning to go, but Tora and Izuna were also going with them. Here, Saya comes to the airport where Hiyama also came. At the same time, Shigure comes to pick them up, and then the other three girls also come here. Now Shigure tells them, I am Ushio's father and I would like to ask all of you to help to save Ushio. On hearing this, everyone gets ready for it. But this is where we see that man as well, who came to Japan from China to find the monster. Now Nagari and the others come to the temple where Hinawa had also come. She tells them there is a cave that the wielder of the beast spear must enter. That's why Ushio is definitely going towards the cave, because only those who enter the cave and come back out alive can truly be considered the rightful wielder of this spear. On the other hand, Ushio was out of control and started killing all the yokai who came before him. Seeing this, Ushio's soul wanted to stop doing this because his body was killing innocents, but he could not control his body. Just then a lady comes in front of him. Seeing this, Ushio gets worried but somehow saves her. Now he understands that this body intends to kill all the humans and yokai it can find, but he could not understand where his body was going. After this, his body takes the name of Kamai Cotton, but at the same time, Hakuman orders his group of Heiayu to eliminate both Ushio and Beast Spear. Now, a large group of yokai starts following Ushio to kill him. Suddenly, Ushio sees someone who was creating Beast Spear very angrily, and during this, he was also using his fire. After this, he starts saying, just like many before you, you will have your soul devoured by the Beast Spear and become a monster. He dragged along as the spear seeks the loathsome Hakuman. Now, Ushio gets shocked hearing all this and asks, who are you and why do you hate Hakuman? But the man gets very angry and says, I don't remember about it. It happened 2000 years ago. On the other hand, everyone has gathered on a bridge in Kamai Cotton. Shigure states the time has come to carry out the secret decree of the Kuhame sect, which is to protect the Beast Spear. We must return Ushio's soul to him and see if it truly deserves to be the successor. Just then, they see the group of Heiayu coming here, so they understand that Ushio is also coming in this direction. Now, Shigure tells everyone that right now, Ushio is incapable of putting up a decent fight. If Heiayu get to him, they'll destroy him along with the Beast Spear. So, we will have to create barriers on the mountains in each direction. After this, Satoru, Nagari and others leave from here while Shigure asks Jun and Hinawa to protect all the girls. Shigure then tells the girls, The only ones who can save Ushio once he has become a monster are all of you who have fought with him and touched his soul. Now he asks Tora to get the comb. Shigure then tells all the girls, if you feel that you are in danger, please run. But if you feel that there is even a slightest chance, please save him. After this, Shigure also leaves from here. On the other hand, Tora and Izuna find Ushio, who was still running continuously and the comb was in his pocket. After this, Izuna goes to get the comb. During this, Ushio's hair catches him, but Izuna still manages to get the comb. On the other hand, Inu and the other girls are talking about Ushio, during which Nakamura says, I don't care about Ushio. I just felt sorry for him when I heard he turned into a monster. Hearing this, Hiyama gets angry and starts saying, you have no right of trashing him and calling him an idiot. You went on with your life without a care with no idea why Ushio even left. Nakamura gets emotional after hearing this and starts saying, you think you can just say whatever you want? It is not like I did not want to know what was going on. But he left without saying a word to anyone and turned into a monster on his own. He told me nothing about it. Now Shigure and the others create a barrier and stop Heiayu from going any further. That's when Tora tells the girls, Ushio is coming this way, after which they all see Ushio. Izuna also comes to them with the comb. After this, Riko first decides to try. Seeing this, Tora tells her to be careful. Then Riko says, if Ushio had not saved me, I wouldn't be alive. Now Izuna gives the comb to Riko and Riko runs towards Ushio, but Ushio hits her. Still, Riko combs Ushio's hair and tells everyone that some hair fell. We might be able to change him. Meanwhile, Ushio goes to attack Saya and Hiyama, but Nakamura comes in front of him and saves them. Just then, Tora grabs Ushio and says, let them comb your hair, but Ushio attacks him with Beast Spear and runs away. Hinawa stops him with her barrier, but she could not hold him for long. Now Saya decides to use the comb because an ordinary person cannot enter Hinawa's barrier, but Hinawa is from the white-haired women clan. After this, Saya somehow goes inside the barrier and combs Ushio's hair, in which some more hair fall. Seeing this, Inu comes to use the comb, but Ushio destroys the barrier. Suddenly, he looks at the comb and immediately goes to pick it up. But at the same time, Tora attacks him with his lightning power, during which this bridge also breaks down. He then rescues Inu and Saya and says, I guess I will just have to help you guys until Ushio is edible again. Suddenly, Ushio goes to attack Hinawa, but this time she was tired, so she fails to put up another barrier. Just then, June arrives and saves her from Ushio's attack. After this, both of them use their power together and stop Ushio with their barrier. Now Hiyama decides to use the comb, but the bridge is broken and it looks like it is about to fall. So they have to get there as quickly as possible. Now Hiyama prepares to go to Ushio, and here the episode ends. Please like the video and subscribe the channel for more.